As the weather gets colder, let the podcast get warmer. Fall in with the Backbone Wrestling feed. Every Monday we have the Cross Up. Every Tuesday we have Ruthlessly Aggressive and New General Admission. Every other Thursday, linking up Lucha and Highway to the Impact Zone. Every other Friday, Russo Pod. We have Territorial that drops whenever. Hidden Gem that drops whenever. And we have 2 new podcasts. The Movie Education of Logan Crossland, which is a great one. He'll probably watch movies. And Hands of Z. And how could I forget the Shit Take?
So you gotta show a little backbone.
In a 6-pack ladder match, Waller and Theory were the first to capture championships. Those, of course, being the SmackDown Tag Team titles. 2 of the more polarizing superstars on the roster. We cannot deny the ability of A-Town Down Under.
Perhaps the least humble WrestleMania victors of all time. Gloating arrogance.
SmackDown trending #1 in the U.S. on X.
Wow, this is huge. Monday, you got to award the 2nd place championships to Awesome Truth. That's what's up. And now tonight, you both have the honor to present the real winners at WrestleMania, A-Town Down Under, with our new championships.
Hey, and speaking of truth, didn't he say that you were a magician?
Magician, there he is.
Well, I gotta say, Mr. Magician, I don't know what kind of magic trick you got up your sleeve to make us look better than we already do.
It's impossible, lad.
Well, with that said, congratulations on becoming tag team champions. So let me show you what you will wear going forward, and let me announce that from now on you will be known as the WWE Tag Team Champions.
Joe, the first to kiss the steel of the cage, and Hangman now right hands into the head of his challenger.
Yeah, and the reason this match is even happening, you can see Hangman Adam Page wants this match. He wants this fight.
Double underhook perhaps, no. Joe slips in, Kikina clutch attempt, Hangman ready for it, counters, 2. Joe kicks out, and now Kikina clutch from Hangman.
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Shit. Shit.
You didn't say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
There's nothing anyone can do, there's nothing anyone can say. There's little can be done right now to make this go away. Cliched simple platitudes do naught to quell the dread, and the breadth and gravity just send me crawling back to bed. It's useless in this moment to say we'll get through this somehow. There's time enough for action, but that time isn't now. Soon we can start planning for what may come to be. But what I could really use right now is a bacon roll and a cup of tea. I don't need positive affirmations, I need to scream and bawl. The unrealistic expectations won't help with this at all. This is shit. Well, this is shit. I'm not expecting answers because they're out of your remit. I'm not looking for solutions, just for someone to admit that this is shit, this is shit, this is shit. You're trying to be...
Backbone Wrestling Network, welcome to number 38. I can't believe you've done 38 of these, of the Shit Take. I am your host, Shawn Kidd. I am joined always by Keithy Langston. Keith, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing amazing, Mr. Kidd. We are through the holiday season, through the new year. We had told everybody in our last episode that we would talk about the reciprocated Christmas gifts that we sent to each other.
Yes, indeed. So why don't you start talking about the one that I sent you? Because I think 2 very prominent
pieces of clothing that anybody would ever want to wear.
Well, all right. I'm going to take a little walk here because, oh, wait, nobody can see this. That doesn't fucking matter. We don't do this.
No, but the fact that we're doing a fucking pod and you got, hey, let me take a walk here and nobody's going to see it is amazing.
Well, it's, so you had sent me, and it's funny because it started last year too, where you sent me a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and this year you sent me two hoodie sweatshirts.
You want to know why? Because last year they didn't have hoodies of the one. And I'm like, got so excited when I saw that. I'm like, oh, I should have bought myself one, and I didn't. I was so excited. But
we would have shown up matching together.
Might do that in February. We'll see.
So you sent me a sweatshirt with the living legend himself on it, Larry Zbyszko. Last year, though, I think you sent me, was it the sweatshirt last year of Larry with the spud head? Was it a sweatshirt of the spud head?
I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, and then
I can't remember what I got you. I know you got the presidential team of Gorilla and Heenan.
Oh, but that was for the holiday gift that we had, the exchange.
Oh yeah, this one I just said is kind of like the gag gift. I say, oh my god,
no! You sent me for the holiday the year that you pulled my name out of the thing was awesome. You sent me. It's like a fucking. I love it. I wear it at every fucking pay-per-view we go to. It's the 2024 Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan for president and vice president. Everybody sees it. Everyone goes, I love that shirt. And I go, it's the only logical choice, right? So
it's a great shirt.
And then you also sent me the fucking Macho Man Randy Savage, like 4th of July fucking t-shirt.
That's right.
Which is awesome too.
That's right.
Oh, that's so funny. I forgot to bring that with me to Florida this year. I should have worn that at Florida. Oh, that sucks. I'll have to remember that for next year. But and then for Christmas, you sent me a Rugged Ronnie Garvin t-shirt, Hands of Stone, and then you sent me the Larry Zbyszko sweatshirt. And this year, I got 2 new sweatshirts with hoodies of Larry Zbyszko and Rugged Ronnie Garvin. And the best part about it is that in February we're going to be going to Parsippany, and you've already met him. And he called you the real Hands of Stone.
Oh, you're the real Hands of Stone as I held up his world title belt.
That's right.
So, yes.
But I am going to get to meet Rugged Ronnie Garvin at Parsippany at the Wrestling Con 80 or whatever. And I cannot wait to wear the fucking I'm going to walk up to him at the table. And the only thing I can think of is that for anybody that's ever watched The Big Bang Theory, there's the episode where Sheldon sees James Earl Jones in the restaurant, and he has this look on his face where he's just like, ah! And that's going to be the look on my face when I meet Ronnie Garvin, and he's probably going to look at me and go, get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo.
He might cosplay you as Big Bubba and give you the Hands of Stone like he did at Starrcade 86.
I sure hope so.
Oh God, I don't know. That might make you moist. I don't know.
I mean, I have the story of me sending him the letter with the cards to get signed that came back because he moved, And
Larry, the dojo from Larry never got back to you. Nothing from the Larry dojo, huh?
No, nothing from the Larry. But there's always a chance that Larry will show up at there. And if he does, I have cards that he can sign as well.
How great would it be that we would get both those guys in one spot? That would be unheard of.
I mean, imagine if we could get a picture with you, me, and the two of them.
Oh, we totally have to change it. We totally have to change the picture of the pod heading of this show.
Oh my God, it would be amazing. Yeah. But I mean, the funny thing is that, and I think I told you, like Pete was making fun of me that I'm going to drive out to Parsippany, and I went, first of all, it's a 4-hour drive, which is not that bad. Secondly, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin are going to be there. I'm like, that's awesome.
That's not a bad gig either. There, that's pretty good.
Maybe you'll get a date.
Maybe you'll get a date with Leilani Kai. Holy shit.
The Brooklyn, I could get a date with the Brooklyn Brawler. You never know.
I don't know why you'd want to date with the Brooklyn.
Johnny Rods. I just saw recently Bobby Fulton. I told you was going to be there. Greg Valentine, the Dr. Style Slick, the fucking man who played cards in my kitchen, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, is going to be there.
You play cards in your kitchen?
I've told you this story.
Yeah, I've never heard this story. I don't remember this story.
So when I used to live with my brother in Woburn, Massachusetts, which is where Pete grew up, and. Okay. There's a well-known local window company called Nupro. It actually just went out of business, and they sold like high-end windows for housing and shit like that. Well, Brutus Beefcake worked for New Pro for a brief period of time.
Oh, you know what? I think you did tell me this story, didn't you? But I still got to hear it again.
And my brother's roommate was working at New Pro, and they used to play poker every Friday night. And before I moved in, my brother was there, and his roommate came in, and fucking Brutus Beefcake walked in with them. And Brutus Beefcake sat down and played poker that night with my brother and like all of their friends at like my apartment in Woburn Street in Woburn. And I remember saying to my brother told me like the next day, he's like, "Hey man, you know, Brutus Beefcake was at my house last night." And I went, "How do you not call your wrestling obsessed brother and tell him that Brutus the Barber fucking Beefcake is sitting in your kitchen?" And he goes, "What, were you gonna come over and bother him?" I go, "Yes, I would have come over and bothered him. I would have come over and been like,
right,
Brother Brudai, tell me about fucking SummerSlam '89. What was it like?"
Right. What a miss.
I know. So I got that story to tell Brutus Beefcake when I see him. As soon as I saw Greg Valentine had signed up for that thing, I was like, Beefcake's not that far behind.
Greg Valentine would be another, like, if I were to go like another guardrail, and then we'll get into our shit takes.
Yeah.
If I were going to do a pod, like similar to like Hands of Z, I would totally do a pod on Greg the Hammer Valentine. Because you want to talk about another guy similar to Garvin, who I think Valentine has a little bit more respect in wrestling fans' eyes than Garvin does. But you want to talk about a guy that probably should get some more flowers, it's Greg the Hammer Valentine. Sure. He is amazing. He is absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, maybe we'll come up with something. Will you be my Valentine or something?
Oh
like
my
that.
God. I can't wait. Like this. I mean, forget about the fact that like my old friends Demolition and the Powers of Pain are going to be there, but like DiBiase's going to be there. Sergeant Slaughter's going to be there, and they're still announcing more names.
Dude, this is going to be like a regular like sausage feast for you at this point.
It is. I have Smash's book, so I can have him sign that. You know, that's the funny thing is I'm gonna drop more money at this fucking thing than I did at WrestleCon. So
I want to know more about Smash's Crusher Khrushchev. I want to know more about his run in that, and I want to know about him getting injured in matches against Sam fucking Houston. That's what I want to know about Crusher Khrushchev. Lost his Mid-Atlantic title.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to read that book. Anyway, and what's funny is when he came in, we're getting off topic here. This is what we do. When he came into the WWF after his run as Crusher Khrushchev, I could not figure out who the fuck he was. I'm like looking at him like he looks so fucking familiar. And that was before I even knew about kayfabe was and like the line crossing and wrestling that was before I knew any of that shit. So
yeah.
Anyway,
he was good though. Like I remember when he was Pete and I watched a match with him as Crusher Darso, where he was like before he became Crusher Khrushchev.
In Mid-South, right?
Mid-South, yeah.
He was good. He's very good.
So I'll have to read his book before February so that I can fill myself with all of his knowledge.
I think February could be a really good. I think we should probably record from there. We'll figure that out as we get there. I think that's one of those where we record live and in person. Kind of even if we incognito have it on us just for the interaction, and we kind of like.
We need to both bring our what are those things called? Lavaliers. We gotta bring our lavaliers.
Yeah, like we need to go up to Honky Tonk and hey, Honky Tonk, you want to be on our pod? No, get out of here, you jackass! And we can just record it.
I don't do no pods. I'm a fuck that guy.
All right. So shit takes. So on our last episode, we just did one take on John Cena because I think it was topical. Mine is very topical too, but I'm gonna start with yours.
Okay.
Because I think yours is somewhat topical too. So go for it.
Sure is. Okay.
What's
so
your shit
I
take this
believe.
episode?
I gotta go back and remember which one it was I did. No, I think this is the one I did about the tag team titles. Correct.
I would think you would know what you picked. Yes, dumbass.
Well, I send you. Look. You send me 5. You send me like 5 fucking thousand, and then I come back with like 9. And okay, so I fucking hate you. I can't wait till what episode is this? 37. Is this 37?
We've had
this is 38. This is 38, right?
This discussion.
This is episode 38.
I have a list of 100.
I can't wait till episode 39. I'm just gonna my shit take for episode 39 is just gonna be like, you're a piece of shit, and here's why. And it'll be a 4-hour show. All right. So I
was gonna say that's like a 4-hour show. By the way, hey, my internet just shit the bed again. By the way.
Oh, good. It's a fucking surprise. That fucking great internet you have.
All right, go ahead. Go with your fucking.
My take should be that the WWE should drop one of their tag team titles and have it end up having it be like a cross-brand attraction. So, as we know, right now they have they're listed as like the WWE World Tag Team Championships, and I think it's the WWE Tag Team Champions, and then the WWE or just the World Tag Team Champions. And so the World Tag Team Champions currently are held by AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. That's the Monday Night Raw team. And then the WWE Tag Team titles are currently on SmackDown, and they're held by the Wyatt Six. Anyway, and it's Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. Now, the thing that I have is you almost never see both championships defended on like on a premium live event or on a major cross-branded show like a Saturday Night's Main Event. Honestly, I don't know how often they're even defended on television, because I know you can go sometimes weeks, sometimes months without seeing the tag team titles being defended on Raw. And I'm sure on vice versa, it's the same on SmackDown. I think that, and I've said this before in the past where I've said, and I think I had asked you if I had said something about this, because I had said once before about them bringing back like the United States Tag Team Championships and having it be like a secondary title. And where I think that this would be a good idea is if you look at the women's tag team champions, they only have one set of champions. And right now it's, as the time of this taping, I should say, those are all the current champions at the time of the taping. I don't know if things will change, but right now it's the Kabuki Warriors. And I think where that works is it opens up the championship for a whole wide variety of people. It gives an opportunity for you to have legitimate put together tag teams.
They have a good tag team roster going after those belts now, by the way.
They do.
Yeah.
For the men and the women. Yes. But I think what it does is it gives an opportunity, because everybody's biggest complaint really since the end of the fucking golden era is that tag team wrestling sucks, and it's all just put together teams, and it's guys that go together for a little while and they break up and all that, and then you end up having like the teams like the Rock and Sock Connection or Rated RKO, and it's not real tag teams, and they don't really give those titles belts of respect and blah blah blah. And I remember saying to everybody when Charlotte came back this past year at the Rumble, I said, I think what she should do is she should pick somebody and make that tag team division something good.
And
she's kind of done that. She's kind of done that with Alexa Bliss. I like that.
I love that team, by the way.
I do too. And I think that even though this AJ Styles and Dragon Lee team kind of seems like a put together team, I fucking love them too. I think they have great chemistry, and it's taking an established guy like AJ. He's given a lot of shine to Dragon Lee, and it's given Dragon Lee something to do every week, because a lot of these guys, like, look at the Judgment Day. You would never see fucking JD McDonough or Finn Balor if they weren't in this tag team together, because 100%. It keeps them active. Now, with that being said, I think that with having two titles, one of them gets forgotten, as I said, almost on every single premium live event. And that sucks. Like, even at Night of Champions, they didn't have both championships defended. And I think that's sad. Like, they should have the tag titles defended. It's an important thing. To my knowledge, it's pretty much like either the first or like the second title that most wrestling companies came up with. Like, usually every wrestling company had some version of like their top championship, and usually the next title that they bring out is a tag team championship. It's an established title. It's something that's been going on forever, since time immemorial, and you can use it to elevate teams and players versus vice versa. Now, with that saying, I don't think you need to just eliminate a championship and not have another championship. I love the idea of the U.S. tag title. I love the idea of the Intercontinental tag title.
That U.S. tag title's meant more to you since you've been watching Champ Bones, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Now,
yeah.
That being with that, absolutely, because
it's one of my favorite titles. Yeah.
Even if you go back and look at the U.S. tag team title, the NWA U.S. tag team titles, the tournament was awesome. The runs of those champions were awesome, and all of those champions that won that title eventually elevated themselves to the World Tag Team Championship. It was an awesome stepping stone, and it was an awesome, usually curtain jerker match. It was like probably one of the best matches on the opening card was the U.S. tag title match. And it was also a mainstay on Saturday nights. It was a mainstay on main event. You could always count on the U.S. tag title. It gave a little bit of a prestige. The secondary title is vital to building up that division to make it seem something. Now, I'm going to kind of kick this into current with using the women, because I love, you know me, I love talking about women's wrestling right now. But I look at the women's North American title in NXT and the women's Intercontinental title on Raw. We just had Maxine Dupree won the championship. And honestly, even though the end of the match was kind of like not really a fluke, but a little bit of a fluke, her match that she had with Ivy Nile was fucking awesome.
Well, and they got her on vignettes training with Natty, because Natty's gone like that full-on nut job, like going shoot style now, which I love, by the way. So, and then you looked at some of the best matches in the women's NXT is the North American match. Obviously, we know Sol Ruka was the women's champion, but then Blake Monroe just won it, and then they had what's her name? Taya just beat her, but that was there was a fluke. It was a fluke.
But if you think of it, that's an incredible storyline for two players who are not yet at the main event level.
Right.
I mean, you could make a case that Blake Monroe is, but whatever. She's not right yet.
Right.
And that's where it's like, I love having a secondary title. And not that I didn't like Becky Lynch being the Intercontinental champion, because it gave a little credibility to the championship. Fine. But I love that, like, Maxine Dupree now has just kind of changed her character. She's changed her gimmick a little bit. And Ivy Nile kind of changed her character a little bit. And I like that. You give the people on the mid card something to shoot for that lets them elevate themselves instead of just having them drown as another challenger for a world championship.
So here's my question to you in this. I got two questions for you as you keep going.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to explain this, so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I've always been a fan of, as you're talking about the tag team titles, and I think this is where you're going to go, and I think I've never understood why you need to have like an Intercontinental and a U.S. champion, just singles. Yeah. And in retrospect, the same for you as the two tag team titles.
Yeah.
Because you brought up the U.S. tag team title. So I assume what you're going to talk about is we should have like an Intercontinental tag team title and have one world champion. Is that where you're going with this?
Yes. Yes.
Keep going, because I want to hear it. I'm all in on this. Let's roll.
I think if what you did is if you eliminated, or let's just say you take the world tag team titles and you turn them into the U.S. tag team titles. Okay.
Oh, I would love to see those belts come back.
Right. And you have, and that's your designated secondary team tag team champions. Because if you go back to the golden era in the WWE, there were a lot of teams that would have absolutely benefited from having like a U.S. tag title.
Especially, you look at those Survivor Series with the 10 teams, right? Amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm even thinking about like Power and Glory, or like the Orient Express.
Yeah.
You know, or even like if you wanted to say like the Bushwhackers or the Beverly Brothers, like just a team that's obviously because again, if you remember
the young Stallions.
But like the fucking Beverly Brothers were on television every single week. The Bushwhackers were on television every single week. They were on TV all the time.
The Conquistadors could be U.S. tag team.
Give them a fucking mid-card title. While you have your Demolitions, your Heart Foundations, you have your Legion of Dooms, you have those teams that are like defining the generation, defining the genre or whatever. But then you have your secondary title. Like, tell me that the Rockers wouldn't have been fucking awesome U.S. tag team champions.
What about Barry O and Dusty Wolf?
You know what? If you want to give it to him as a fluke win, maybe on 1 week on Superstars, I mean, sure. And then you have him losing on Challenge the following taping, I guess. I don't know. But like, tell me that it wouldn't have been awesome to have the Rockers win the U.S. tag title, and then, Or better yet, remember when the Brainbusters beat Demolition, and then the match at SummerSlam was the Brainbusters against the Hart Foundation, but it wasn't for the world titles.
Right.
Imagine if the Hart Foundation were the U.S. Tag Champions, because they just happened to win them from like Barrio and Dusty Wolf. But like they're the U.S. Tag Champions. They're going up against the World Tag Champions, and it's not a title for title. It's just champion versus champion, and then it's like you're elevating that team. Now, don't tell me that if the Hart Foundation looks good against the Brainbusters, who are the World Tag Team Champions, they're not going to get elevated once they lose the U.S. tag titles. And they're the new contenders for it. It's the same thing that happened with the Freebirds. It's the same thing that happened with the Midnight Express. It's the same thing that happened with the Steiner Brothers.
Steiners, yeah.
You were the U.S. Tag Team Champions. You were the match that opened the card almost at every major show. And yet it's a competitive thing. It's competitive. It's not always dog shit teams. It gives people an opportunity. But then it's funny because like, even I don't want to say dog shit teams, but like, remember we watched one of the tournament matches. What was it? Ron Simmons and was it Ron Simmons?
Gilbert and Simmons versus
Ron Simmons and Eddie Gilbert. Like that's a put together team if I've ever seen one.
Oh, 100% they were, but they were good.
That's them throwing the dart at the board and they have names on it. But you want to know what? That was a team that fucking Barry Windham and friggin' Ronnie Garvin. That's a put together tag team.
One of my all-time favorite tag teams, by the way.
But yet they were a competitive team, and they, wrestled in that division, won the titles, they were champions, and then it elevates them to the next level. So I think what they should do is they should eliminate one of the tag titles and let the other tag championship go back and forth as the same with that. And you could have the women's. You don't need a secondary women's tag title because I think there's not enough women for that. Then you're just, if anything, the NXT women's tag title is the secondary title. And even that, I would say, sure, let them kind of cross brand and have them come up and wrestle. It's not a horrible thing.
We don't have we don't have NXT women's champions anymore.
Don't they? I thought they did. I thought they
eliminated. I think they merged. I think they unified.
Well, they had it, and then I thought they did merge it, but then I thought they brought it back. They didn't. They didn't bring it back.
No, they did it. But here's the thing. I honestly think no, they didn't.
No, they didn't. You're right.
Here's the thing that's interesting about the women. I don't know if they could do a secondary title now, but it's kind of like what you said. They have a plethora of talent on that women's side now. You know what I mean?
And the only
I don't know. I'd be curious. Yeah.
The only thing that stinks is that they do, because I think you know what they did, because Alexa Bliss and Charlotte wrestled
where they were
on
defended
NXT.
them. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yep. And honestly, like I wouldn't even hate if the U.S. tag title went down and fought an NXT. Like they're comfortable with having these guys travel all over the fucking world all the time. So, I think
the women's tag team title crosses brands now. So
yeah, they should do that with the men's WWE World Tag Team Champions, and then have the World Tag Team title become the U.S. title.
I still think they should only have one true world champion too. I think this is a whole thing you get into about brand split and differentiation. It drives me nuts.
The only thing that I will go down the road of I liked when Brock was the world champ, but he never showed up. And then it was supposed to be Cena and Daniel Bryan.
But that's what elevated people like the Intercontinental Champion. I think like the Miz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Elevate the secondaries.
Right. I wouldn't hate that, but I'm sure the reason is because they can sell a fucking world title belt, and
it's all about the TV deals. You got to have stars. It's all business, right?
Well, it's almost like if you wanted to, and I don't even know. I wouldn't want them to eliminate the Intercontinental Championship because it's the freaking greatest title ever, in my opinion. But I like the U.S. title. But like, if you took the U.S. Championship and turned it into the TV title, and it's kind of like another lower tier. Like
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. That I would agree with. I mean, the Intercontinental title is pretty good as long as Savage wasn't holding it. But I would agree. I had to get it. You set it up.
Greatest fucking second greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
I would agree, though. Like I love your point about if you could transition the U.S. title to a TV title. You did a whole thing about a TV title on one of these, I think.
I did.
I agree 100%. You take that U.S. title, make it a TV title, and I that's where I like really it drives me insane a little bit. Like, yeah, there's no differentiation between the U.S. and Intercontinental.
Well, they've done well, they have like that. They have that speed title, and I think the speed title they're going to try to make that similar to I think the TV title. Obviously, we had the cruiserweight title, but that kind of comes and goes, and I think that just depends on. See, I think what happens with the cruiserweight is that whoever they're showcasing as the cruiserweight champion becomes so popular that they have to bump that person up, but then they kill the cruiserweight title. So it's like you kind of, and it's another damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, they killed it by putting it on Enzo.
That's true. But
it's a good way to.
But I think that, like, I look at, and I know this isn't even really a thing about me not liking the Wyatt family and all that, because I actually didn't hate Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. It's just like those guys aren't tag champions. They're not in the same vein as the Hearts Foundation and Demolition.
I like the Wyatt Six, but I agree with you on the.
They're filler material until they get sick of them, and then
they're a gimmick, and they shouldn't be holding titles.
Yes,
I'm with you 100%.
Especially when you have a team like DIY, and you have the Motor City Machine. Like, you have fucking legitimate tag teams on SmackDown, and they're not doing anything. And then you look at the two champions, and in all honesty, as much as I like AJ and Dragon Lee, they're a put-together tag team that won a title off of the only other fucking team on Raw, and the other tag team champions are a gimmick.
Well, and now they've reunited the Usos, so
yeah, and so it's like, but that I think is only until Jay turns heel, and
I don't think so. I think Triple H and the gang have figured out that Uso as a solo art is going to shit the bed. Like, I think he is a botchaholic.
Yeah, I think what I think it is? I think he needs a break. I think you need to give him a good, well-earned vacation. Well-earned. I'm not saying he didn't earn it, but he needs a break. He needs a vacation.
He needs to get that Roman Reigns love a little bit and get out for a little while.
Yep, and he needs to go to rehab and clean himself up.
that is true too.
Because he's clearly drinking a little too much, and I think Bailey's on the same fucking juice that he's on. Because man, she was botching up a storm the other night.
She was. It's
my brother's watching it, and my brother's like, dude, she's supposed to be making this girl look good. Fucking Sol Ruka's making her look great.
Hey, all right. So your shit take on the tag title is not a shit take. Remember what I said about you having shit? That's not a shit take.
Yes,
I agree with it. By the way, we were talking about gifts and we forgot to talk about mine. I don't know how we did that.
Oh shit, yeah. All right. Well, now you tell yours.
So the first thing you got me was a Wolverine statue, which I love. I love Wolverine, and I love McFarlane statues. They're like my favorite because they're very comic centric. They're very out of the comic book, and they're designed like the comic book of what it's supposed to be based on. I love that.
Yep.
But the second one is an all-timer that you got me because for anyone that doesn't know me, my whole entire office is all comic books. I'm very into comic books. I have 300 statues in my office. Not right now, I do. Right now, it's full of Christmas. But so you got me the Tony Stark heart. And that has been on my list for a long time. And then what you did was, you motherfucker, you took a sticker and you wrote Shawn Kidd, and it says proof that Shawn Kidd has a heart. But I loved it. Like, for me, this might be one. Like, I've been wanting this gimmick for a long time, and the fact that you got it was awesome. And the fact that you put my name on it as a gimmick is even better. So.
Well, and it's for anybody that doesn't know, it's from the thing that Pepper gives to Tony in Iron Man 1 that he ends up later breaking. It's the original arc reactor. Well, they sell it, you can get it, and it's like a little LED light, and you can change the colors and everything like that. But the thing that I loved about it was that, and it was a discussion that we had with our friends, that I had with our friends, and I went, this is what I should get him. And I will give credit to Tim. I believe it was either Tim or it was Logan. It was one of the two of them. Was like, you should have it say like Shawn Kidd has a heart. And I went, oh, if only I could have gotten them to actually like. But then I was like, I don't want, because what if you got it and you were like, I don't want it to say that, and then
I would have totally.
Technically, you could take the little sticker off.
No, and as you've seen, I've had it for a week, and I showed you the sticker is still on it. It's not coming off. It's not coming off.
Good.
Because sometimes I need a reminder that, and it sits right here on my desk, right below my painted portrait of me dressed as Batman.
That your wife painted.
Pretty badass, though. She did a good job
great,
on
though.
that.
You sent me that picture, and I went, "Who painted that picture?" And you went, "My wife did."
My wife
is
Batman. My wife is a good artist. She paints.
Well, I will say this. In all seriousness, and I've told you this before in person when I've seen you, you are a wonderful human being. I know everybody gives you shit saying that you're like an asshole or whatever. You're not. You're an amazing person. I love you to death. One of the best things I can say of my whole journey into podcasting is getting to meet you and getting to meet some other people, but like getting to meet you is fantastic. I feel like you and I would have been friends for fucking ever if we had grown up together.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt about it.
And in all honesty, you have a heart, and it's more of a gag, but like without a shadow of a doubt, you are an amazingly generous human being. I've seen that firsthand, and I've seen it secondhand, and we've even talked about how you said that if you ever won the big Powerball, you said you would have bought us all the fucking sweet tickets for Mania, and and that's the thing is that like I know that you're an incredibly awesome person because I see how you are with your friends, and when you're like that with people I don't want to say barely know, but people that you don't know, like you haven't grown up with and you haven't known your entire life, you can tell the quality of a person from that. And so, it was my pleasure. That. I love you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Same
but you're
to you.
still an asshole, and you still give me shit about fucking.
What do we say?
Bonafide Hall of Famous.
I'm not an asshole. I just play one on TV. That's the gimmick, right? I live and I breathe and I embrace the gimmick. I embrace the gimmick. All right.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. My take is Steve Austin is utter No, it's not that one. Here's my shit take, and I'm gonna kind of like piggyback a little bit on our last episode about current day wrestling. So on my leave of absence, when I was fighting in the jungles of Wakanda, I had a much rejuvenation. Not only did I watch a bunch of streaming shows, but for some reason I got back into wrestling. And what's interesting, and the Cedar Run helped with that. Like I've actually enjoyed wrestling. Like what I've found mostly different about me like in wrestling now than in my past is most people get upset about storylines and the storyline sucks. I'm embracing the matches. Like for me, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's about how important the matches are to me. So I'll use like the Cena match I brought up with Gunther last episode. I love that match. The match he had with AJ, it's been a long time since I've had matches that actually hit me in the feels and got me in the cockles.
Yeah.
And the cockles of the heart, the cockles of your heart. Anyway, it's been a long time. And that AJ Styles match with Cena, I don't know what it was. That one hit me. And it's like, for some reason, ever since that match, I'm like, man, I'm going to get my ass re-engaged in wrestling. That's how I used to love wrestling. That's what got me into wrestling. It was absolutely amazing. So anyway, current day wrestling, the other one I've recently got into. So listen, I don't watch AEW TV every week, or I haven't. Yeah. What I have done though, is I order all their pay-per-views, and I always have. And here's what's interesting, because their regular TV on a regular basis never really hit for me. It's like, I didn't really get the storylines. You had some good matches. Commentary for me sometimes is kind of meh. That Excalibur guy can go get the fuck sometimes. He's annoying. And even Shivani, who I love very much, sometimes for me, Shivani's kind of a little overbearing, Don Callis, I love. I think he's a great heel person when he's on commentary. And even Daniel Bryan's on commentary now, which he gets it. So what's really been great about AEW, I feel like, and this is my shit take, I feel like AEW is in the middle of kind of a renaissance. Like they're kind of rebuilding, restructuring. Jon Moxley got rid of the title. That whole Moxley run, people shit all over. He's lost the title. Mm-hmm. And now he's part of the Death Riders, which is still a thing. But this time of year, I always get excited about it, because have you ever watched one of AEW's Continental Classic tournaments?
No.
Oh, my God. So every year they do this Continental Classic. And I will tell you what, the bangers that they put together in these tournaments and the talent that AEW has right now, it's not even about I used to call him Takeshita. Like when he started, I used to call him Takeshita. Might be one of the greatest wrestlers out there right now. Kyle Fletcher. You want to talk about a homegrown star that has freaking flourished. Kyle Fletcher might be the greatest wrestler in the entire world right now. I will tell you that right now. 100% greatest wrestler in the world. They got Will Ospreay. I know you don't like your spot fucking monkeys. You did a whole shit take on that. Swerve Strickland, I love. Hangman Page, I love. You still get Claudio in there. Like, I feel like their roster is really, really good. And Speedball Bailey's putting out bangers out there. They got new talent like Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I think where they really go wrong in AEW right now, they can't get their world title picture where they want it. Like, Moxley had a great run. I don't think he was a great champion. I think that's what made people shit on AEW a lot. But then Heyman got it. He had a good redemption arc. He got there. By the way, Sports Illustrated today put an article out that they chose AEW as their wrestling promotion of the year, by the way. They did. If you look at Mercedes, I know you don't like her, but I think her run has been a lot of fun. Take the mic out of her hand. Her matches are great. You brought up Toni Storm, who shit take wise, I think she's pretty overrated. I know you love her, but I think she's way overrated. I don't get it. But
Okay.
overall, what I'll say about it, and now they got women's tag team titles. You brought up the Blood and Guts, I think, on our last episode. I think AEW is fucking great TV to watch, and they have banger after banger after banger, even on their secondary show Collision. Like, if you want to watch good, pure wrestling matches and some shit that'll blow your mind, the Continental Classic they have going on right now is some of the best wrestling TV you're going to find anywhere. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So my shit take is, I think AEW right now is better than WWE. I think they're in the middle of a rejuvenation, and I think there's pockets where they need to figure it out, like the world title scene. I think they need to figure out their tag team title scene a little bit too, because they don't have that fully vetted out. But the women's in there is great. The Continental Classic is great. The wrestling matches on a regular basis are great. And I am actually enjoy watching AEW more than I enjoy watching WWE right now. That's my shit take. Because most people shit all over Tony Khan and AEW. So I'll let you take it from there.
I think the biggest thing with AEW is, and like you said, it's Tony Khan's booking, but it's also like you could tell that they go through bouts where maybe they don't know exactly what it is that they want to do. They don't have a lot of long-term booking, I feel like. I think a lot of stuff is probably fly by the seat of their pants, and then when they do have something that's long-term, the payoff might not be that good. You know what I mean? Or that it may not continue on. Now granted, I told you, I don't watch AEW all the time. I don't get the pay-per-views. I usually have shit to do on, Wednesdays and Thursdays or Wednesdays and Saturdays or whatever, so it's like, I don't always watch it, but I do keep up with it. I listen to the Cross Up, which is on the Backbone Wrestling Network every Monday. So
Logan does a great job.
I asked my professor, Logan Quasland, I asked him about it, and I asked him questions and stuff like that. I think women's wrestling is at the peak as it ever has been in everything. I think in everything. Every company that you go to nowadays, the companies that still have official women's wrestling, because in my opinion, I think, even though it gets a little kind of weird when you see like a 95-pound woman taking on a 300-pound guy, I still think that women, if we're going to believe Rey Mysterio can beat the Giant, I think a woman can beat a guy any day of the week. So if you're going to suspend belief for that, you could suspend belief that a woman can beat a man. But in the sense that it's a 95-pound woman versus a 300-pound man. I mean, you put fucking Rhea Ripley in there against any guy, and she's going to beat the fuck out of him. So that's neither here nor there. I saw this TikTok today of her sitting at the table with Buddy Murphy, and she just let out this fucking unearthly burp. It was magnificent. And I'm like, that's a woman right there. So yeah. But,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But I digress. No, I mean, it's the fact of like the Beth Phoenix and China, like she's built differently, like she's built like a brick shit house. She can beat the shit out of most guys, I guarantee you. But no, I think you're right. I think that again, this is, and I said this in our last episode, this is when my Jim Cornette brain comes into play, where it's like, I just don't get the John Moxley factor. Like
I brought up Moxley. They took the title off of him. So that's what I'm saying. Yes. That's been part of it for me.
No. But like, I think the thing with John Moxley is that like, he's still wrestling like he thinks he's in fucking high school gymnasiums. I'm like, bro, you're the face of a fucking company. You don't have to sit there and bleed like an asshole every single week. But whatever. They took the title off of him, sure.
But then, they put it on fucking Samoa Joe. That
I know
pisses
that
me off.
fucking dinosaur.
That's
like,
bullshit. And
Samoa
now MJF
Joe
is back. Now MJF is back, and that's a whole other thing.
And MJF was for a long time. He was a highlight of the show. So great. But no, but they have a lot of younger guys that are fantastic. I think Daniel Garcia is really good. I even like Darby Allin. Like I even like some of that. Like there's a lot of young guys
in phases. Darby Allin.
Yes, right, but I think there's a lot of guys that are good. That have a lot of talent. I think
Keith,
you're right.
Have you watched any Kyle Fletcher?
Yeah, I have seen. Yes, he's great. He's awesome.
Oh my, he is so good.
Yeah, he's probably going to win the Continental Classic, I would imagine, right?
They need to belt him up. If you want to get like a good world title run, put it on Fletcher. That's what I would do. But
I don't know why they need to have so many titles. I think it's kind of silly with how many championships they have.
It is very
especially considering they give. Well, wait, is Okada eliminated from the Continental Classic?
No. So every year, whoever the Continental Champion is, they have to put their belt up in this tournament.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's such a cool gimmick. Like you don't have any other. That is amazing. So,
and honestly, if it was just that, that's great. But like, he's also the international champion, and he's also the unified champion.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So in essence, if he doesn't win the Continental Classic, he loses technically 2 championships because they'll take away the Continental title from him as well as the unified title from him.
I think ultimately whatever happens, it's going to go to Takeshita versus him because they're starting to do that whole rift thing between those two, and that'll be a hell of a fucking match when it happens.
Which is great. Another big thing, and I know like I talk about this with being like Spot Fest monkeys and all that, but like every match is like their pay-per-views are like 14 matches and every match is 20 plus minutes. Like
I don't hate it.
Dude, we sat there and watched that entire AEW show in July, and it was fucking took forever. By the time Saturday night's main event went on, which the AEW show was still going on, I might add.
Yeah, but Keith, the thing is, I get what you're saying, but from a wrestling, the matches are good.
Didn't you go to Mania 35 in MetLife?
Yeah, but the matches weren't that. Mania 35 was shit. If you put on listen, you can't compare match quality of AEW to fucking Mania 35.
No, but I can compare the length of time that you spent at the fucking show compared to AEW. I mean, that's a long show. Imagine us sitting outside all fucking day in July and like all day in the heat. Imagine if we had gone to MetLife Stadium in July to watch that stupid friggin' AEW show that lasted 75 hours.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'll ever go to an AEW show live, but the beauty of watching at home is different because I get encapsulated in it. And as much as I shit on the commentary, I think they're also a wrestling company that you can't watch them without commentary. Because if you don't have that commentary, that's where it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, when is this going to happen?
And I like their commentary. Right. I love fucking Tony Schiavone. I
think sometimes Schiavone gets a little much. Sometimes.
Jim Ross is gone though completely, right? Like they got rid of him.
No, he's back for special.
Yeah, that was a never meet your heroes.
You know what? This is another shit take I brought up. I'm going to save this one day. I think anybody on commentary is better than Wade fucking Barrett. Everybody loves Wade Barrett. I can't stand that motherfucker.
Even Booker T.
Oh no, Booker T's number 1. Wade Barrett number 2. Yeah.
But I think essentially with what you're saying, I think AEW has a lot of flash. It's funny that you brought a Renaissance or that a rebuild because they haven't been around that long. They really shouldn't have need to rebuild.
They've been around since 2019.
Yeah, but they really haven't lost any. It's only 6 years, and they haven't lost anybody.
How long did freaking WCW under freaking Bischoff last?
No. But what I'm saying is that they haven't lost anybody really except for Cody.
No, they lost Cody. They lost Andrade. They lost Rusev.
Okay, all right. Again, they haven't lost anybody.
They're about to lose Jericho. Jericho is going to be gone too.
Jericho, so. That's a big. All right, so Jericho and Cody are the 2 biggest names. I'm sorry, Andrade and Rusev, they did nothing in either company, and that's fucking fact.
Well, Jericho needs to go. He's become a shell of a joke in that company. So
yeah.
What I really want is Moxley to go back and redo the whole Shield thing. That's hopefully one day will happen, but I doubt it because he shits all over WWE. So
yeah. Although, did he go to the Cena thing? I don't know if that was AI or not. I couldn't tell if it was AI, but I thought he was backstage at the DC arena there.
And that was it. That was AI.
It was AI. All right.
That was AI.
So fucking AI that good? Jesus Christ.
AI has gotten out of control.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now I'm not even here. This is my AI talking to you.
It can't be. It can't be AI. Your AI would make sense.
No, that's the beauty of it. AI wouldn't make sense because it's impersonating me. I don't get it. Anyway, that's my shit take. AEW is better than WWE. It's in a rejuvenation phase, and I love watching it. That's my shit.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying something. So,
well, we've now talked about 2 pods of things I'm enjoying now.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Maybe this little break of the last 2 months has got me to appreciate things more in life.
I'm sure once the doldrums of winter come around, you'll be right back to hating everything.
You know what I don't like? I still don't like Steve Austin in the Dangerous Alliance.
Okay.
I still don't like Toni Storm.
How do you not like Toni Storm?
I don't get her. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay.
I think she's terrible in the ring.
All right, enough. You're just saying things to be mean. Stop being fucking mean.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Stop being mean.
She's just not that good.
She's just not that good, Keith. She's just not good.
Every time she comes out in black and white, she talks like she's a 1920s prostitute.
That's her fucking gimmick, you asshole. That's what she's supposed to be doing.
Such a dumb gimmick.
Look, I fucking love her, man. Oh my god. That was the highlight of my Mania trip. Where's my book? Hold on.
I've really struggled understanding her. I don't get it. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just don't get Toni Storm. You know who I think is hot as shit, though, is her tag team partner. What's her name? Mira or something?
Oh, yeah.
She's beautiful. She's hot.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
Ah, shit. I don't know where I put my book. It's my book with all my autographs. The first picture is the one of me and Tony.
Mercedes is way better than she is. So,
all right. Now you're just saying things to be fucking foolish.
You know what I love? I love that you're in the background screaming like you're in a toilet.
Right here. There's my picture of me and Tony. Well, it was a picture of Toni Storm.
And what did she write to you, Keith?
She wrote to Keith, chin up, tits out, watch for the shoe. Timeless Toni Storm.
All right, I gotta admit, that's a pretty good.
And I said, I know every creepy guy is gonna fucking want to hug you. I go, and I hate to ask. I go, but can I hug you? And she said, of course, darling. And then she hugged me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know the other thing I hate about her?
That she hugged me?
No, that she's married to one of the biggest pieces of shit that I can't stand.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's interesting? So she's not technically, she's bisexual. Like she's out and about as a bisexual.
Oh, I'm sure her and her partner are.
And I think that's a marriage. Not that it's a marriage of convenience, but I think it's a marriage of like, there's probably a lot of friendship between the two of them. And I bet you she fucks everybody. Like I bet you she fucks every girl that comes in and goes in that place, and she is constantly.
So you should have shot your shot in Vegas, Keith.
Well, I'm not a woman. She's not going to want to bang me.
I mean,
it's fine.
I mean, you could get dressed as one.
No, I wouldn't. No, well, I wouldn't want to. I'm just going to disappoint her. I mean, like that's these are facts. I'm just going to disappoint her. So
you would disappoint her as a man too.
Yes, I'm a disappointment.
So would I. I would totally disappoint.
Right, we're both disappointments.
We're both of us are very disappointing human beings.
We're all both very disappointing in the bedroom. So that's.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm married because I'm very disappointing.
Yeah. So I'm okay with being a disappointment, but I don't want to disappoint Toni Storm.
I mean,
can I phone a friend and have them come in and I'll just they can tell me about it?
Yeah. What friend would you phone for that?
For Toni Storm, I'm sure there's a long list of people that I would be able to phone a friend for.
I think the Jenny position might phone that one in if you phoned her in. I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that. But oh Jesus, went off the rails.
Anyway, you're the one talking about Toni Storm and being disappointing. I don't know where it came from. Oh, Keith, it's so good to be back. I miss doing these with you. All right, so Keith, before we go, anything you would like to plug?
Everybody knows where to find me. GFA Live with Petey Winston. We're traveling through the year of 1990, and of course, you can hear me on the Backbone Wrestling Network. Please also check out. I'm going to be dropping some episodes of A La Carte with Keithy, I think, on my own feed. So that's going to be coming back soon. And hail to the Keith as well.
Why on your own feed? Why when you drop?
Well, because my own feed is going to be it's going to become the partner feed of the Backbone Wrestling Network.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to try to do a collaboration with Talking Docs and Hail to the Keith. So we're going to try to do
a la Bone with Keithy. Is that what we're going to call it?
We're going to try to do that. So yeah, we can do that. Yeah, but be on the lookout.
Awesome. Champ of the Backbones, by the way, I forgot. I keep needing to tell you this. Champ of the Backbones has become one of my favorite listens. But here's why. It's my wheelhouse. I love like that era and like that journey through the Clash. And the good thing about going through the Clashes is you skip all the middle ground of all the dumb shit TV. Even when you get into the Clashes later, like when you get into that whole 95, 96, 97 era, you skip all the bullshit and you just talk about the Clash. I don't know. I love listening to that show. Plus, it's my wheelhouse.
At the time of this recording, we had dropped Clash 8, and Schiff and I did Clash 8, and Clash 8 was fucking amazing. So
how about that tag team match? Like that whole show, very underrated.
I even said to Schiff, I go, when we first started talking about the Clash show, and I think like it was like Logan and Matt were like, oh god, you're gonna get like 2 Clashes in, and you're like, this is all dog shit.
Tim was part of that too, by the way.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm 8 Clashes in, and aside from really, I think like 1. Which, again, I get that they're supposed to be essentially a commercial for the pay-per-view. But I even said, like, Clash 4, which was, I think, Seasons Beatings, that was an entire commercial for Starrcade. And it was probably one of my favorite Clashes, and it was fucking amazing. So I've looked ahead, and I'm like, I really don't know, like, I mean, yeah, they're not all fantastic, but they're not bad. Like, they're not terrible. I don't know when they really start getting bad. Maybe it's like 91 they start getting bad, you know.
Your next,
because I mean 91's kind of like, you know, iffy.
Your next one might be my all-time favorite Clash that you're doing next.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're actually. I think you're mad that I'm not doing it with you.
Are you doing it with Jenny?
Yeah, because it's gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna do.
It's
Clash.
A good one.
It's Clash 9. It's New York Knockout, and it's so because it has the Flair and Funk I Quit match.
It's probably my all-time favorite match. I just remember watching that pay-per-view on TV or that show on TV at the time and going, I can't believe this is on fucking free TV. This is great.
Yeah.
Because you weren't getting that shit from the WWF.
But I'm watching, like, on the Clash 8, we had, like, Luger and Tommy Rich. And
by the way, undergraded great, right? Really good.
And the whole time they're talking about Tommy Rich is like, he's like, this is his last gasp at beat. And I'm like, I don't fucking remember Tommy Rich being like a buried entity.
So here's what the thing with Rich. He had just come back. They had brought him back because Steamboat had bailed on them. And they needed somebody to take on Luger. So they pulled him in last minute because Steamboat shit the bed. And then I thought, like, when Rich came in, I'm like, oh God, this freaking hillbilly's coming back. Yeah. Him and Luger actually had a pretty damn good series. And then what's great about your next one, like,
he's with Eddie Gilbert.
Well, no, your next show he's going against Pillman, and this is where Pillman really stands out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tommy Rich.
No,
yeah.
No,
Tommy Rich with Eddie Gilbert,
right? And that Pillman match with Luger,
yeah,
89 Luger is top tier. Don't listen to Matt Souza when he talks about Lex Luger. So anyway,
no.
But I love that pod, so I wanted to do a plug for that pod so people would listen to that.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. All right, well, that's all I got. So, Keith, again, number 2 back in the books for January. Happy to be back. Yeah, and we will be back in the month of February with more shit takes. This time, come with one that's really a shit take, will you?
I will. I'll do my best.
All right. Maybe your shit take is Tony Storm is good. That would be a good shit take. All right. See you in the next episode, guys. Bye.
I'm right and you're wrong, that's the name of this here song. This discussion's gone on way too long. I'm right and you're wrong. They say there's two sides to every scrum. My side's right and your side's dumb. That's the general rule of thumb. I'm right and you're wrong. If I'm right and you're wrong, I guess this can't be a sing-along. 'Cause you'd sing I'm right and that'd be wrong. 'Cause I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. That's the name of this here song. Dang, you sure are headstrong. I'm right and you're wrong. We can agree to disagree on things you're just too blind to see. Else you just agree with me, 'cause I'm right and you're wrong. Please don't cloud the issue with facts. Let's just stick to personal attacks till there ain't no turning back. 'Cause I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. That's the name of this here song. Civil discourse just don't belong. I'm right and you're wrong. What's that you say? Maybe we should listen. Maybe there's things we've both been missing. Heck, we could wind up hugging and kissing if no one's right or wrong. All this talking's gone on way too long. There ain't gonna be no brand new dawn. 'Cause you're an idiot and I'm King Kong. I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. That's the name of this here song. It turns out all along I was right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. That's the name of this here song. This whole thing's gone on way too long. I'm right and you're wrong. Yeah, the world ain't flat, it's just oblong. I'm right and you're wrong. And you're ugly too.